Hello everyone, this is Nello from Maxspeed-Motorsports.com. I want to talk about the backup camera. We already have a video, but I got a lot of questions and I figured I'd clarify a few questions by making a new video. Hopefully this will answer all your questions. So as you can see, I put two obstacles in back of the car, and to pretty much show you how much distance you really have before hitting the obstacle. So let's look at it. So as you can see here, this is an approximate measurement, but it's pretty accurate. As you can see, it's really about 36 inches before you hit the obstacle. And as far as the camera, once it's installed, this is the way it looks. It's really neat. It's right over here, as you can see. So pretty much doesn't look like those big aftermarket ones. It's really nice and small, and it looks great. It looks OEM as well. So let's go inside the car. Let me show you guys the grid lines and the obstacle. All right. Okay. So if your electronic parking brake is engaged, obviously the camera won't turn on. So you gotta, when you're on reverse, obviously the parking brake's got to be off. So let's start the car. All right, so as far as the image goes, it's really clear versus so many cars we service here, especially high-end cars like Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and I'd say up to about 2012, 13. Obviously, manufacturers improved after that, but our camera looks a lot better. I mean, as far as the image, than most of what we've seen out there. And combined with the PCM 3.1 screen, the image is really nice. So let me show you guys. So I'll put on reverse. All right. So the image is nice and clear, and it says observe surroundings, just like the factory camera. So as you can see here, the grid line where the green is, that tells you you're 3 feet away from your obstacle. And as you back up, it goes by 1 foot increments. Oh, my disc fell. So it goes by 1 foot. So if you reach the yellow, you're 2 feet away, and then from the red, a foot away. So if we do a little test, I'm gonna back up. So this should bring me to 2 feet away, more or less, and obviously a foot away. And at this point, I'll probably knock it out. There you go. Oh, a little more. There you go. Knocked out. So, you have approximately 3 feet before you hit an obstacle. And let's talk about the adjustments on the camera as well. So if you click on car right over here, and you click on options, then you're gonna click on set car, turn your knob and push your knob, set car. Then you have personal settings, vehicle functions, set rear view camera. That's where we want to go. So we click on this, and you get the rear view camera if you want to enable it or not. The grid lines, RVC picture parameters, brightness, contrast, color, etc. So let's go back here and show RVC image. It's going to actually show the camera. So I'm going to go back. So as you can see, once you install this camera and you get it coated by an indie shop or your Porsche dealer, you pretty much get the factory, the same factory camera as it would come in a Porsche. However, the difference is that if I go back on reverse here, the grid lines will not turn with your steering. All right, so this usually it's a factory option. It's connected to the steering wheel in some way with some kind of sensor or something. I'm not sure exactly, but unfortunately, that's something that we cannot reproduce at this point. Obviously, it is possible that there is an option in the coding, but I'll need a couple of weeks before I get through that. I mean, coding, there's a bunch of coding lines, and we have to figure the right one. Since it's all German, you got to translate it, etc. But if we ever come up with that, we'll post it online, that's for sure. Now, the other question is that people tend to not question, but people tend to forget, is that right now at this time, this camera will only work with software version 4.3 and up. What happens if you have software version below 4.3? When you try to code the PCM, it does not give you an option for the backup camera. So that is the current issues for owners of Boxsters or 911s starting 2012 and a half for 911 and 2013. I believe 2014 they came out with software that's 4.3 and up. So how do you check your software? Simply by clicking the source and info button at the same time. So I'm going to do that right now. So current system, as you can see, system version 4.73. So obviously when you have this version, there's no problem. If we click on history, so there's no version history available, which means this has never been updated. So that's one important factor to consider before purchasing this product. I think I pretty much covered most of the questions I get asked pretty often. So you know how to check your system version and so on. Now, please look at my other video about the installation. That's another question that I get asked pretty often. How long does it take, etc. So I'll get to that in a second, and please watch my next video. Thank you very much for watching. You can purchase this backup camera at www.maxspeed-motorsports.com. And let me address the last question. I get asked a lot, but why is your kit so cheap? And there's NAF TV and there's other kits that are $950 or, I'm like, look, I'm sure the NAF TV can do wonderful things. However, if you're looking for a backup camera solution, we're not talking about playing DVDs while you drive and stuff like that. If you're looking for a neat backup camera that integrates with your PCM, that looks great and it does what it needs to do, well, then you're all set. So hopefully, all you guys that have these questions about, why this, and why is that guy $1,000 and why, well, I'm pretty sure that if you put a NAF TV or other companies that sell it, they probably have other functions that this kit doesn't. This kit is basically simply for a backup camera. So there's nothing else to it. It's really a backup camera and that's it. So I think it fits pretty much everybody's budget at this price, and it does the job. So thank you very much for watching, and look at my other video about the installation. Thank you very much.